Hi, this is Jen from Behind the Scenes Tarot. Today is Thursday, February 6, 2025, and Trump just signed an executive order for the potential of a sovereign wealth fund. So, what the hell is that? The executive order asked Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to create a plan, and he's got 90 days to do it, which means this plan would be available in early May timeframe. But this plan would be what the U.S. would want to buy. Okay, so we're making a lot of assumptions here. One, we're making an assumption that we eventually pay off our debt, get to a point of having surplus, and the assets remaining actually have value. Because as a nation, we broke as a joke. Two, that these assets have enough, that create enough money for us to be able to spend on other things. And three, that there's something we want to buy. Because I smell a plan that begins with the end in mind, because Trump said he wants to buy TikTok. So, okay, I get it, right? I spent a little bit of time professionally in venture capital. I get the idea of raising money to invest in other companies. Is the US trying to become a VC? Are we trying to dip into some magical savings account that we'll have in the future? Because I have no clue. So I want to ask the cards. So show me the true behind the scenes energy of this, what is it called? The Sovereign Wealth Fund. Show me the true behind the scenes energy of the Sovereign Wealth Fund that Trump is trying to create. We know it starts with just a plan, so they're not going to do anything right away. We don't have the money anyways. So what the heck is this thing anyways? Show me the true behind the scenes energy of this Sovereign Wealth Fund. Sounds fancy. 3. Oh, that was not a good shuffle. Let's try that one again. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, interesting. In the past, 10 of Pentacles, which means we have the wealth. The wealth is there. There's something he knows that we don't know. There's wealth set aside for this already. In the background, we have the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. We've been working towards this. On the surface, 7 of Swords, strategy. This is the plan. We're being very strategic about how we tap into funds that we already have access to, that no one else knows about, but we've been working really hard in the background to try and achieve. We've got it. Where this money came from, I don't know. Whether it was confiscated from other nations, other people, other companies, what have you. We'll have to dive into this. But somehow funds actually are available. So he's signing an executive order to tap into funds that we don't know exist. So he has the right to access them. Interesting. It was the begin with the end in mind. Okay. In the future, lovers. This could be a government card, but this is, entities working together collaboratively. Hermit, the plan. And the 4 of Pentacles. So this is holding on to something of value, creation of value. This is really interesting. So he's creating an executive order to tap into something that we don't really know exists yet. Let's clarify the overall reading. The 6 of Wands, the 10 of Wands. This is a victory to relieve burden. So I don't know if the burden is these hidden assets, or if the burden is relieving the debt, or maybe it's relieving our financial pressures in general, but this is a victory. So once we get to the point of tapping into this sovereign wealth fund that apparently already exists and has a lot of value right now, because this is the biggest money card you can get, it will be a victory for all of us. It's sort of this is the end of the financial war, essentially. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Well, I feel drawn to clarify this Seven of Wands, which is, this is the work that took to get there. So what is the work? Judgment. A lot of sevens, lucky number 7. So this is judgment, and this is looking at the wealth that we've accumulated. And this is the Queen of Swords doing something with it. She's truthful. She's not as big as the King of Swords, which is that major truth and integrity energy. But this is, we've got to do something about this. It's almost acknowledging this. It's acknowledging that these funds exist. And it's doing something with the funds. This is acknowledging their presence. What is this happy ending over here? I almost expect to see some sort of a victory, winning the battle kind of a card. High Priestess. This is sort of secretive. The 5 of Cups. So he has 3 spilled cups, which is, in my opinion, are debt. And then 2 cups. This is like your ace up your sleeve. This is your assets. That we have more than what we acknowledge. 2 of Pentacles. This is your shift in energy. So we have some hidden assets that we haven't acknowledged, but by the creation of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, to dip into funds, and we're definitely going to clarify these cards as well. But this is basically the acknowledgement that these funds exist because they have been hidden to us. And he's basically signing this executive order to bring them to light. It's sort of like, poof, something is now in reality. Like it goes from thought to material. It's sort of like it's bringing it into existence, which they know it's there, but we don't. Where did this money come from? Conflict. Empress. Chariot. Okay, giving birth to moving through conflict. There was some sort of, we took it. We took it. We took it by force. Wow. Wonder who we took it from. I mean, the cards don't give somebody's name, but we took this money by force. I'm just curious. Queen of Wands, the Star, 3 of Cups. We took this money by force for, like the good guys took this money by force is kind of what I'm sort of reaching with this a little bit. I'm not getting an intuitive hit in terms of exactly where it came from, but those that are in the truther movement, you've been hearing a lot of stuff about confiscation. Some of those that are on particular lists of, that traveled to certain islands. Some of those people, their assets have been seized. I almost wonder if that's what this is. And so those seized assets have been sitting behind the scenes secretively, definitely secretively because of the High Priestess. And the shift in energy is now bringing this secret to light. And the way that we can interject it to go from creation to material is to create this Sovereign Wealth Fund. That's the judgment. This was the announcement. What do we do with this money that we've got access to? How do we make it public that we have this money? I don't know. Let's sign an executive order. That sounds cool. Because it was a strategy. Let's clarify the strategy. Wheel of Fortune. 8 of Cups. The Sun. So the strategy is we have a whole new beginning. We're moving in a different direction, and it's for the good of humanity, essentially. I mean, the Sun is like the greatest card in the deck. It's that happy ever after, just similar to this 10 of Cups. These two kind of play together very well. The Sun can also mean gold. The Sun can mean massive, progress forward. But strategically, we're doing something different with the money than it had been used for in the past. So this is kind of playing off of the fact that this money was taken by force, and the way that it was leveraged in the past, we're going to do something different. So maybe it was used for nefarious purposes. Now it's going to be used for cool stuff. Whatever that cool stuff happens to be. If you think buying TikTok is cool or investing in something else is cool, that's what we're going to do with this. We want to do something different with that money. Wow, this is really interesting. Hermit. Okay, so this is the plan going forward to bring wealth back to the government. So this is this is like taking your retirement account and investing it into something that actually creates even more wealth than what you started with. That's kind of what this is telling me. This is the creation of something solid. This is building your foundation, building the government's foundation. And that's the plan going forward, is to take these seized assets, God, that's wild, and do something different with it. And we've created the announcement. We brought the announcement to light, to shine a light on the fact that we have money that we're not telling you we have yet. Clarifying the Hermit, Hierophant, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. The plan is to give it back to the people. Wow. Make America great again, I guess. It kind of chokes me up, because it's like, this is the first piece of evidence I've seen in terms of how the government chooses to do that. Like, I can't believe I got like choked up on that. That's what the cards are saying. The plan is to give it back to the people, to create the wealth that gives back. Wow. Lovers, I assume this is something government related. So we have Nine of Wands, the World card, and the Four of Swords. So this is watching things come full circle and figuring out how we go forward. This is the strategy behind what we invest in. Oh, that's really interesting. The strategy we invest in. What's out there? We're coming to a full close. Like, all the stuff that's been done in the past, we've been watching all that stuff come to a close. Now we're going to go within. These swords are just different ideas in terms of what we want to invest in. And then this is the investment. Let's clarify the investment. Page of Wands. There's your victory card. I knew that card was going to come out. The Five of Swords and the Page of Cups. I don't know, whatever we want to invest in. That makes the most sense for us. Let's clarify the Five of Swords to see if it gives us any more clarification. Queen of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. This is so loving. This is just like investing in our future, investing in foundation, reinvesting in businesses, wherever we want to take it. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords, which could be where the money originated from. And the top is the Fool, our new beginning. God, we're getting a lot of new beginning cards in these readings. So long story short, President Trump just recently signed an executive order to create the Sovereign Wealth Fund. And I was like, what the heck? We have no money. Well, maybe we do. We just weren't told about it. It was confiscated, probably from those that were doing not so nice things. And so they don't get to keep that money anymore. It was confiscated. We've been hiding it away for a rainy day until we could sign an executive order that brought the creation of a fund to life